Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on modern politics to see how elections are really won. We're going to dive into this amazing playbook from a local election that mixes old school grit with some seriously cutting edge tech. Okay, let's jump right in. It's the one question that keeps every campaign manager on the planet up at night. Is it still about shaking hands, or is it all about going viral online? Well, as we're about to see, it's actually a bit of both, and it's all done with almost military-like precision. Just take a look at this number, over 3 million. That's the total digital engagement. We're talking likes, comments, shares, for just one candidate in one local election. And get this, it was all in just 2 months. So how on earth did they pull that off? To figure that out, we're going to dissect the campaign strategy from that very election in Yamunanagar, India. And this gives us this incredible, on-the-ground look at what a modern, data-driven political machine actually looks like when it's firing on all cylinders. So every great campaign, it starts with a super clear goal, right? For this team, it was simple. Re-elect the incumbent MLA, that's the member of the Legislative Assembly, Shri Ghanshyam Das Ahoraji. With that mission locked in, the team got to work building a machine to make it happen. Now, this campaign wasn't just a bunch of random posts and rallies. Nope. It was a carefully planned 2-month operation. And they broke it down into 4 completely separate phases. This whole structure let them control the story and just build momentum all the way to Election Day. And here's what that roadmap looked like. First, you build the foundation around one core idea. Second, you take that message hyper-local. Third, you amplify the candidate's voice and start punching back at the other side. And finally, you bring in the proof and you get people out to vote. It's a really clear escalating strategy.
Phase 1 was built around just one single powerful word, Vikas. It's a Hindi word that means development. So the entire first push was designed to tie the candidate to real progress, to real improvements that people could see and feel.
But let's be real, development can be a kind of vague idea. How do you make it feel real? Well, you talk about what people see every single day. The campaign just hammered home these keywords: roads, electricity, cleanliness, security. It's tangible, it's personal, and man, is it effective. Okay, so in phase 2, the strategy shifts. Ghar, ghar, har, ghar. It literally means door to door, every home. And at this point, the digital campaign was all about creating this larger-than-life, almost omnipresent image of the candidate, trying to make every single voter feel like they had a direct personal connection. Phases 3 and 4, this was the big finale, designed to seal the deal. This is where they ramped up the candidate's own voice with daily audio messages, and they went on the attack, making a really sharp contrast with the opposition. And crucially, they started rolling out these powerful testimonials from real people, building that social proof right before everyone went to the polls. So that was the plan. But a plan is nothing without execution. Now let's look at the absolutely staggering digital operation that made this all happen. The numbers we're about to see are, well, they're kind of mind-boggling. In just those 2 months, the team pumped out 696 social media posts. And no, that's not a typo. Think about that. That's more than 10 unique pieces of content going out every single day. And a huge part of that was a video. The team created 159 unique short-form videos, or reels. They knew that's where the engagement is highest, and they just completely saturated the platform with their message. So when you add it all up, the campaign was sharing over 12 hours of content every day. And that was across 4 Facebook pages and more than 240 active WhatsApp groups. It was a total digital flood, designed to just own the conversation. And the results? Well, they speak for themselves. This content blitz reached almost 3.4 million people, it generated over 3 million engagements, and it racked up a massive 8.2 million impressions. Honestly, these are national-level numbers, but for a local election. And it wasn't just about public posts. The campaign also ran this huge direct messaging operation. Using WhatsApp, they got in touch with 45,000 people directly. That included 35,000 people who were beneficiaries of government programs. This is micro-targeting on a massive scale. An operation this slick doesn't just happen by itself. So, what kind of team does it take to run something that's part marketing agency, part data company, and part political machine? So, here's a look at the core team. It's actually a pretty lean, specialized unit. You've got managers, designers, content creators, and a 5-person field team that connects the digital strategy to what's happening on the ground. It's basically a modern political startup. And this slide right here perfectly shows the campaign's hybrid approach. They combined all the classic tools, rallies, banners, going door to door, with a seriously modern toolkit. We're talking AI-powered audio messages, mass WhatsApp blasts, and even tech to monitor what's happening at polling booths on Election Day. And let's just talk about that AI for a second. On Election Day, the campaign actually used AI to clone the voices of 2 very famous political figures. They then used these familiar, trusted voices to send out a personalized, last-minute appeal to vote, and they did it at a massive scale. This is the new frontier right here. So after breaking all that down, the strategy, the tech, the execution, what can we take away from this? What does this one campaign in Yamunanagar tell us about the new political playbook? Well, first, it shows that even in the most high-tech campaigns, the core message is still incredibly simple and human. That whole digital storm was built around powerful emotional ideas like nek insan, meaning a good person, imandar, meaning honest, and sevak, which means servant. So the bottom line is this. Winning an election today, it isn't about choosing between the digital world and the real world. It's about mastering both. It's this fusion of a hyper-local, personal message with a high-volume, data-driven digital machine that just delivers it relentlessly. And that leaves us with one last and pretty critical question. This level of technical wizardry is clearly effective, but as this kind of playbook becomes the standard, who's the real winner? Is it the voter who gets more tailored information? Or is it the algorithm that just gets better and better at shaping our choices? That's definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching.